So punishment follows missed opportunity. Because punishment comes directly after a missed opportunity in which you fail to regard and obey an instruction, it is necessary to take the punishment. People cannot go around committing offenses without some form of retribution. If you use profanity against someone and you are not punished for that offense, then you would believe that cursing somebody out is part of normal everyday life. And you have people going around doing this. These are people who love to fight. They love to instigate things. And their go-to is to curse somebody out, to throw a punch. Well, the only reason why you do something like that is because the people below you are scared. You're bullying them. They don't know how to make you. They don't know how to understand you. And you often stay in these abusive relationships because you're just trying to prove to the person that you are a good person for them and that they can depend on you and that you love them. But they're not capable of love in that season of their life. They are only capable of the hate that they feel in their heart. And so cursing somebody out is a belief system. That's a belief system. And if you believe that that's an okay thing to do, you will always believe that until you come against your match. And there's always someone who thinks just like you, but that person tends to be stronger and more direct in their aggressive behavior. We do what we know and what we have been exposed to throughout our lifespan. But even if we do something wrong, we still must be punished. So even if you did not have the best upbringing, childhood, you derived from a toxic environment and you saw your daddy hit your mama, or your mama hit your daddy, or your mama hit all of you, you're still going to have to feel the punishment of your behavior if you decide to use the same strategies. If you got a mother who is still hitting or activating bad behavior and she's in her 60s, she's not changing. She might feel bad, but it's a belief system that she feels is necessary for her life, and she will die in that belief system. You can have moments where you don't feel good about the thing that you're doing, or some counselor can come along and show you a better way and you cry about your situation, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you really have changed. That's a setback for you that you've been living in for 20 some odd years. I was looking at a episode of Iyanla Vanzant, Fix My Life, and there was this mother who pulled out a gun on her child and then kicked her child out, had the marshal come kick the child out, and then come to find out that behavior comes from her own mother pulling out a knife on her. And it was revealed that the mother sort of derives from kind of like the Jim Crow South, when she was bullied by young white men every time she went to school and came back home. And so she started carrying a knife. Well, she was on the show like almost in her 80s, I think. And she looked worn out, worn down, eyes bloodshot, tired or whatever. She had been spewing. I mean, she had been, what's the best word? Stuck in her hate and in her anger for years. It took Iyanla Vanzant to come in and sort of show her the way out of it, but she also still died shortly after that episode. And so some people, no matter what you do, they're going to be the types of people who are going to do, because if you're not activating change on your own, someone can come along and guide you, further guide you, but something in you has to say, I'm sick of myself and I got to make change. And that by the time someone does come along, I have done some part of the work that now they're going to guide and direct me. If you don't initiate that yourself, you're going to return. You're going to reset back to what you know, because it's been ingrained in you so long. You've been participating and contributing to it too long, and it's convenient for you. And people love convenience. And sometimes, I think to myself, sometimes you may have to take yourself out of that situation. I do believe in reconciliation. I don't think God wants you to not forgive people and things like that. That's just obvious. But I also believe you can forgive, of course, don't forget. But I also believe that you can forgive and not have anything to do with that person, because that person is a provoker. And you want to be careful about people who provoke you. If that's what they do to get a reaction from you, they are always going to do that. They will put on a good show in front of other people and in front of you, but eventually they're going to reset to what was most convenient for them. That's why some people, men who tend to be domestic violence abusers, they need a long road process of getting that kind of processing that kind of anger out of them. You take them back. How many times has a woman taken a person back and he brought flowers or something like that, and then in a couple of days he's reset back to what he was doing because it's convenient, and that's how he wants to express his anger.